Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the drawing challenge that you've been waiting for. Spin the globe and draw challenge. Welcome back. How are you guys today? And we have the day. Today is the day number 11, and is the week number 4. Tuesday. It's almost the end. This is the last week of the challenge. And yeah, hope you guys have been all right. Did you have a nice and chill days at work, or it was a busy day? And let me connect to YouTube. And yeah, I'm connected to YouTube. Yeah, guys, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments. And today is the last week, so yeah, a bit sad. But let's draw something exciting today. For the day number 11, we have a location, fantastic location submitted by Carrieroff on Instagram. Thank you very much for sending this wonderful place. I hope you've been there because I really want to go. It's really hard to go. It's the Qinghai Tibet Railway. It's not a specific place. It's actually, I hope you can see, guys, on, I have a really annoying glare, like it's a halo on my YouTube camera, which makes the screen reflective, so you can't see the image very well. But I hope you can see on Instagram. Yeah. If you can't see on the main screen, you have the image as usual on the top left corner of the screen. Yeah, today we are drawing the Qinghai Tibet Railway, which is not a specific location in China, but is a railway that connects Beijing to Tibet. And it is one of the longest railway in the world, and also the highest railway in the world. You can't believe, but some of these places, some points of this railway, is located above 5,000 meters above the sea level, and 80% of the railway is above 4,000 meters, which is above every other places in the world. I think no many places in the world has this high altitude. Montblanc is below 5,000, the tallest mountain, the highest mountain in Europe. So it's pretty high, and in fact, they build the train they build. They are special trains. They come with pressurized carriage, which makes sense because at high altitude, you have low pressure, and of course, it's like on an airplane, you have pressurized cabin, which allow you to survive at high altitude. So it's really interesting. I've never been on one of these places. So yeah, it's really interesting place. I've chose one of the image from Wikipedia. So thank you for providing this magnificent image. Let me know, guys, if you have been in here. I'm really curious to know if someone has been there at that high altitude, and if you've been there, did you cope with the altitude all right? Did you feel any side effects? Yeah, let me guys know. And so the image I chose today is I don't exactly know where it is, but it's one of the highest place in this railway. So we have mountains, and today we don't have a building. Strange enough. Yeah, it's time to change. Let's do something else today. Let's do a train and a bridge. Yeah, it's actually a High Line railway because the levels along this railway is changing so much that sometimes you cannot build with all the level changes because otherwise the slope would be like too deep, and the train won't be able to function properly. So therefore, you have this type of viaduct, like where the train keeps as much as level as they can, so they don't go up and down too much. And yeah, today we're gonna draw one of these bridge. Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of these big bridges, all in concrete in such a natural places like Tibet. But well, this is how it works. So let me guys know what do you think about this type of infrastructure. But I guess you have to connect these places. So this is the only way that we know with our current technology. And as usual, thank you very much, guys, for joining and drawing with me. I really hope there are more and more people joining me. Say hi on the chat. Say hi on YouTube. Ed, thank you. You're coming again today. We always have you. Barry Zhang, thank you very much for joining as usual. And that's great to having you guys. Yeah, some of my colleagues are joining me, so I'm glad after a day of work, intense work like today, we have the energy to do a challenge, a drawing challenge, as well. So I'm really impressed about with you guys. So keep doing that. Keep doing that. Um, I think it's always nice to draw online. I found day after day it's really fun to do this. Um, so it's really sad that this is the last day, the last week, but maybe we'll have another week. Maybe if you guys keep submitting locations. And let's start. And today so this is the last drawing I did last 2 days ago. And actually, I forgot in the live to draw all the detail lines. If you remember, at the National Parliament House in Bangladesh, I forgot to draw the detail joints between the concrete panels. And actually, I saw someone else draw that after the live stream, and I would say, "Oh shit, I forgot, I forgot that," which is the main feature of the building, and I forgot that. So yeah, I felt ashamed. Um, Not good. So I quickly did that and post a image on Instagram, pretended I did that like in time on purpose. So yeah, this was the the last week drawing. I hope you guys enjoy that as well. So let's archive that and let's start a brand new page. Guys, what do you think about the orientation? Should I go with portrait or landscape? I'll give you 15 seconds to write in the chat, and yeah, I will let you guys decide. Taking account that the image of today is a nice landscape image, as you can see. So with the mountains and this really nice, well, this infrastructure, nice train and the bridge in perspective. It's a tricky perspective because it's slightly curved. So Yeah, that would be interesting to catch this detail. But I think it's a nice exercise because you have a lot of land. You have like a this wild landscape, hilly as well, with such harsh type of infrastructure, engineering infrastructure in concrete, and then you have the background of mountains as a backdrop of this sketch, and also you have the sky, which is quite clean. There's not much happening apart of this moon, so we will catch the moon as well. And yeah, let's see what you guys wrote in the chat. So many people said portrait, landscape. Well. Let's go in order. Jazzy, thank you very much for supporting me, and salute ecographic. Salute to you as well. Ça va? This is the only two words I know in French. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people said landscape, and YouTube. Very junk, landscape. Yeah, the photo is landscape. So yeah, Ed, I got your point. So yeah, not much choice. I think I'm going with the majority of you guys. I will do a landscape, and I hope you will do a landscape as well. Jang, are you drawing today? What format did you choose? So I will go for landscape. Then I need to readjust the camera on Instagram a bit. As usual, I can't frame the camera on Instagram properly because I set up everything on YouTube. So if you guys want to see the video properly and to follow my drawings, go to YouTube and make sure to subscribe, and you can see the drawing from the top. So yeah, I hope let me check if I got that landscape correct on YouTube. Yep. Yay! Very done. Your drawing. Finally. Good. I will. Well, take your time to do that. I will go quite slowly today as well. Well, not too slow, but like I think it would be around 1 hour. Ecographics, your French is perfect. I don't think so, but thank you very much for the comment. Yeah. I wish my French is nice and French enough, but unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, I know these two words, and I can make people understand, so it's good. Let's start with uh the drawing. So I will use a fountain pen. Let me guys know what instrument you're using. Fountain pens, pencil, ball pens, iPad. Yeah, let me guys know how you are drawing today. I will use my trustworthy Montblanc Meisterstuck 146 with black ink on a A5, yes, A5 Fabriano drawing pad with 200 GMS paper with smooth surface and portrait mode. Sorry, landscape mode. And yeah, just to let you know, guys, that I'm not sponsored by Montblanc. So I'm not using this pen because somebody paid me. I wish I would like that they sponsor me because I've been using this pen for ages. I use this pen because I like this, the feeling of the pen, in case you guys want to know. And this pen feels perfectly in my hand. That's the reason why I'm keeping using it. I don't feel fatigue after using for hours. When you choose pens, you need to be careful about choosing the pen that suits you. So try your pen before you're buying it. That's my advice. Um, yes, that being said, let's let's start. Let's getting started. As usual, you already know horizon line. And today I want to put the drawing not too low because um, your I hope you can see in here. Um, I will turn off the chat for a second if this works. Yeah, I think this works better. Um, so I want to catch the bridge as well, and since the bridge is on the lower half of the image, I want to put my horizon line a little bit higher than the half of this composition. So roughly, yeah, I think I can put halfway of the page. So let's draw our nice horizon line, and let's understand where our eyes are in this image, where the horizon line is. I can guess it is around here. So if you can see, you have the line where the mountains touch this plain part, like this plateau. So it's roughly here. You have a little village as well. So that helps you to understand where it is. Because I imagine this plane is flat, and although I'm slightly higher, because you can see here there is a little hill in front of the bridge, so I can guess I'm slightly higher than the line where the mountain meets the plain, the plateau. But I think I can simplify by saying it's roughly in here at the bottom of the mountains. So I keep that in mind, and then I will start to build where the bridge is. I think the line of the bridge is key in this composition, and I don't want to put the bridge like in this photograph, like all the way almost to the right hand side, but I want to leave a little bit of space, like in here. Yeah, so here would be the bridge where it starts. So I will end up having some more landscape in here. I will make it up at some point. So the bridge starts maybe this one. Oh. Yeah, I think this is a good angle almost. Let me know, guys, what you think. Um, yeah, I'm still working on the layout. It's not always working on the YouTube, but I think without the chat, is you have more air to for the drawings. So the bridge starts slightly below the eye level. So as you can see here, and then it goes up a little bit, and here it crosses the horizon line, and then goes flat again. But since it's in perspective, has a distortion in perspective, so it goes slightly towards the upper side of the paper. So I would say it's roughly doing this. Yeah, I think that could work. Um, maybe it's even less inclined. Maybe something like that. I'm drawing with the back of my nib, but you can use a pencil if you want to test it before. And then the columns of this bridge starts at this height roughly, and then I will use some dash line to draw them in perspective. So roughly is here. And then at the bottom of the composition, you have a hill here. So it's another plane, basically. And I want to use actually, no, it's the plane is slightly higher. Actually, I can draw them higher. It's like here. Um, maybe just a little bit more here. And from this point, the columns goes behind this hill. And as I was saying, I want to use this hill as a foreground where I put some animals. Like as you can see in this image, there is a little buffalo, cow, or yeah, there is a little cow here in this image. But I want to, oh yeah, well actually in the background you even have more. You have more animals, like yeah, they are spread around this plain part uh, of the Tibet. So I want to put more animals in the foreground, like in here. I think it will create a nice composition and give a bit more balance in this image, because now if you can see here, the elements are very big, but here everything goes into the vanishing point in the middle. So you need something here to counterbalance the image. I think that will work. And then, of course, the subject of this drawing is the train. And I want roughly the train to be in here. This scenery reminds me the one I've seen in Harry Potter, the train towards Hogwarts. I think that bridge is a real bridge in somewhere in UK. I think it was Scotland. I forgot. If you guys know, let me know. Any Harry Potter fan in today's drawing challenge? But of course, that bridge is nicer. It looks nicer than this one, of course. But I really like the Himalaya, this wild scenery with the permafrost. Um, oh, sorry. The white mountains and high peaks. Um, is really another world. So I said I want a animal here at the end, but I will see at the end. And then you have the mountain in the background. I will keep that at the end. So let's put some more details on the bridge. So I will draw this line where the railing is located, and yeah, it's roughly here. I think that works better. Um, so this is the line here. Um, no, actually, sorry, wrong. This is the shadow line here because the railing actually is above where the train is above the railway basically. So if the train is here, the railing starts here and then ends somewhere in this line. So the previous bridge line I draw, I think was roughly, I can use it to do the railing. And then let's draw the last one, the bottom of the bridge, which is essentially a big beam here. So once I draw that, I will start drawing the column. So this big fat column is underneath the heads of the train here. It's pretty big. Like it has the same size of the train. It's like you almost have the train vertically. So that must be like 6 meters diameter, 5 or 6 meter diameters column. Wow, that's a huge piece of architecture. So we have one here. So let's draw all of them, and let's start with the line on the left first. I will draw all the left line of the columns first. Um, the next one is here. The next one is here. I will reduce the distance between them so tight that you won't distinguish between them. Yeah, it's roughly in here. So I will adjust again the location of the shape of the hill in front of the bridge. I will see how it goes and how it will look with the composition one is completed. Um, yeah, let's add some details to the bridge. So I think it's key to draw this triangular shape. These are plates that helps to support this almost like a projection from the railway. I don't know what they are, but I think you can stay on in one of these places when you're waiting the train pass. So I think it's for safety reason. Um, so I will draw these here. It's roughly this. And this goes all the way. to from the column to the top of the bridge. So I will draw all of them. Don't worry too much if they are not perfectly in perspective. The more you go away from the observer, the less you'll be able to distinguish them. So just just be more precise when where you where you're drawing nearby the observer here in the foreground. Don't worry too much in the background. And I will draw the shape of this column. Has this conic shape. Then the secret of drawing elements in perspective that are repeated is to draw the key shapes first, like this triangular shape, for example, of the conic top part of the column. I will draw them all in once, because when you're drawing things together, it's easier to give the sense of repetition. And then complete with the other part. Oh, I have to finish by drawing this column. So we use the front part of my nib and draw them. And I will draw the others as well. I will keep it loose for now because I haven't decided where to put the hill in the foreground. Once I've done that, I can close the composition with the line. And yeah. And when you are drawing them further away here, I wouldn't draw solid lines, and I will keep things quite loose by drawing dashed line. So far, I will keep like that. And I will leave this for now, and I will focus on the top part of the column first. So as I said before, let's draw all these horizontal elements first. And then the top part with this. Let's draw the double line on top. Hello, Clarence. Welcome back. How are you? Also, guys, let me know if you enjoy this challenge. Would you like to send me some feedbacks about these videos? And Also, if you like to have another season after this month, yeah, let me know if you want me to carry on doing this. If you're enjoying it, um, yeah, I would like to see your opinion as well. And yes, fine. I can draw this column as well. And then now let's draw this the top part of the bridge. Uh, I will draw it separately. I don't want to draw this line as a single line because it's broken actually um, by this projection here, supported by these triangular plates. I want to highlight that, so I will draw the top part of the bridge as separate dot lines, and then another lines for the projection here. Um, don't worry too much. Don't worry too much to for the details now because uh, well, once you add the shadows, it will become uh, more realistic. Now let's draw the parapet here. So the parapet is, I will do the same, not drawing them as a single line. I think I always do this, try to not use a single continuous line too long, because otherwise will look unnatural. Because normally in real life there is no perfect shape or a single line. It's always broken somehow. That makes your drawing feels more realistic. When you break some shapes, you create complexity, so it's nice. At least in the style I'm using. There are different styles that you can use, so you can experiment around with different way to draw things. You you don't have to stick with one specific style. I think anyone can come up with their own drawing style, and that's the key. That's the fun part about art. There's nothing that is absolutely correct. My style as well is constantly changing, um, and I want to make changes in my style as well. I sometimes when I use like one type of style for too long, I felt like bored. It's boring to draw always the same thing. Um, but of course, it's also nice because you create a series of uh, distinctable series of drawings, so that helps to make your drawing recognizable. But sometimes I feel like I want to try something new, and I did in the past, and I think yeah, we should always try to push our boundary, push ourselves outside of our comfort zone, if that makes sense. Okay. I think it's enough detail here for now. Let's draw our train. So here, I started to draw my train, but it is too small. It's not proportionally correct. So I'm gonna adjust this a bit, make it bigger. It's roughly this size. Yeah, as you can see, my drawing is constantly changing. Like it's a very fluid process. It's not that you can um, define everything from the beginning and then just tracing over what you've drawn. It's constantly changing because you can realize that something is wrong along the drawing process. So yeah, that's the challenge. And also the fun part. I like when it's like you can't see the end of something. Um, it's like a movie. You don't want to know the end of the movie. You want to enjoy the movie. And drawing is exactly like a movie. It's about journey. It's about watching it, not watching the the end and knowing what's going to happen. Um, okay, so I think I've drawn enough carriage. Maybe the numbers of carriage of the carriages is not right, but doesn't matter. The thing I want to highlight is that there is a train on the bridge, and the the top carriage here. I want to highlight this yellow line. Um, Here as well. It's quite dark. This image is quite contrasted, so it has a lot dark part and bright parts. So you don't see much details in here. But I won't draw too many details anyway. So I want to catch some feature in this train, like these windows in here. And I want to catch the light, the front light, which is in here. It almost looks like an eye. The top of the train is a bit irregular, so I will draw like that. And I wonder if those trains are powered with fuels. Probably they are diesel because there is no electricity, I think. I can't see any cables. I guess they are using petrol or diesel. Oh, actually, I forgot the difference between the petrol and diesel. I think they are different type of fuel because my car is diesel, but then in UK they call petrol. Sorry, my car is diesel. In UK is diesel, but the other car I have in Italy is benzina. The other type is a green fuel, and here they call that petrol. So I guess they are different products. It's fine. And at the end, I think I will just draw a black hatch for the train, and leave these bands visible in white. Yeah, I will do something like that. Um, I never draw uh, trains before, so I'm not very familiar with how a train should be drawn. Um, I will leave quite loose, but I want definitely to catch the details of the windows in the carriages behind. Yeah. So as I draw normally for building windows, I will draw all the vertical lines first, and then I will draw then the horizontal line here, and then I will do the same. And I think the rest of the carriages are quite flat, so I will just do this. Keep in mind to that in order to make all the carriages feel separate between each other, because they are separated. I normally use not a single line, but again a uh, like broken line. Like per each carriage, I draw the top of the line instead of drawing a single line, because that will be unnatural. That's not good. Um, yeah, maybe I will leave even the trains in white and highlight the details. I don't know. I will see. I will see how it looks at the end with the shadow of the bridge. Yeah, speaking about that, let's now add some shadows. So as I said before, I want to highlight these black parts very um, so yeah, this black box should be strong and visible. And and make sure to highlight these breaks. I think they are key to make the bridge looks not too monotonous. They can give a um, bit of play. Yep. I think I will make it even darker at the end. The key is to highlight this bright part above it, because then this bright part will break the train from the merging to the bridge. So it will give a little break to between the train and the bridge. So you will see the edge of the bridge. So drawing this white part on the top is key. Yeah, you can add a bit of definition as well in here, but this dark band, this shadow underneath the bridge goes all the way till the end. in here. And yeah, I think that's okay. And also, the bottom of the bridge is as well very important to highlight because that will give um, that will highlight the shape of this beam. So let's draw this line. Let's highlight it with a thick line here. That's fine. And then let's draw the column. So here the column is cylindrical. So it's a cylinder with a cone around on the top. So the key thing is to express this change of angle of this surface. So you will draw, I want to catch this shadow underneath the top part of the column. So I think I will carry on with vertical lines for now. So there is a gradient here as well because it's a cylinder, so it's curved. So it's quite important to catch that. And then the the column itself is shaded on one side and the bright on the other. But for some reason, this image is quite weird because the shadow is on both sides. On the top, it's shaded on the top, so it's quite weird. Normally, you will expect this part to be bright as well, but maybe it's because of the inclination of this surface. So yeah, well, this is an image, so it must be real. I will stick with this and just add more contrast, more shading in here on the right part of the column. And doing that, I normally do with dash line to have some dense hatch and then gradually break it. Yeah, I can go maybe darker, but I will stick with this first. But you guys can use if you are using pencil, you can smudge with the lines, um, so you can make the shadow. I'm not a big fan of expressing things with like smudging. I prefer to draw clear lines or dots or leave as it is without smudging with the fingers. But I guess that depends on your drawing technique. I think I will go darker later. But for now, let's keep this. We have more columns. And if from here, the shading of these columns in perspective are behind the brighter parts of the column in front. So from here, you don't even see the shading. hence this part is all white. That's the reason why it is white. I want to catch these shadows as well. Like there is a darker area here. I think that's fine. And maybe the concrete on the column has some texture as well, and I can catch some of this texture by drawing some cylindrical line. I mean, some horizontal line that is following the shape of the cylinder of the columns, like this. Yeah, I think it's fine for now. Let's draw some details here. Okay, and yeah, I think I've done so far the bridge, and let's pass to the train. And it's pretty dark. It's all black almost. So I will, yeah, I think I will draw some shading. Um, I think I will use vertical lines because the other way is to use um, lines that are following the shape of the train. But for this one, I want to keep it quite clean. And when you draw all the shading lines in one direction, the drawing will look cleaner and tidier. So that's my recommendation. If you feel that your drawing is messy or um, you can't read that properly, sometimes you just need to using a shadow that shading that goes all in one direction. So I want to have more in here. But also in here, I want to give some reflection as well. And then highlight the windows a little bit. So in some area, I can go darker. Like, I think in here, I definitely want to express um, the train behind the the railing, and I normally do this by drawing some rectangle, like black rectangle, inside each of the balustrade of the railing. I think the bottom can. So the bottom of the rectangle, of course, is the top part of the bridge. So you can do like this. But it could be quite irregular as well. Oh, shoot. I made a mistake. This is not meant to be here. This should be white. I excuse me. I will try to correct this later. Yeah, it was a big mistake. But don't worry, we can recover it. So I want to go darker, actually, in the train. It's not an easy one. When you want to go darker and still express some details, you basically need to, yeah, do it cleverly, like not adding too many details, but maybe adding the shadow where the shadow can highlight some of the shape that you want. For example, in here, this railing, for highlighting the railing with a black background, you just need to do some darker, um, darker field region behind it, in between, sorry. And I think I'm gonna go even darker in here because otherwise it's not balanced. Yeah. And then, oh, there are some elements in here. Yeah, maybe I will go full black in here. So you can highlight all the details on the railing. And then also you can express the edge where the band on the train is. So I'm talking about this horizontal yellow band in here. I think, yeah, the only way to express this is with a full solid fill region. There's no many options. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I want to add some bubbles. Actually, I will go full black here. And then I want to go a bit black here as well to highlight the roof. And then I will make all this shadow probably solid black as well, because then you can see the bridge. Yeah, this one is not easy. Um, I think everyone can think about his own way to express this change of contrast. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see like if you guys how you guys solve this and represent this change of contrast. Oops. Okay, I think I've done this part already enough. Let's go to the bottom of the bridge and draw the bottom part of each one, the columns. So in here, to highlight the bottom part of the columns, the only thing you need to do is draw a series of horizontal little lines in here, and that becomes more circular. And then what I will do now is to define where is the line of the hill. I still have some chance to correct it if I need. Yeah, I will say it's roughly in here. And I will draw a big cow in here. And do you want me to draw some people as well? Or other type of animals? Some national animals of Tibet, like of the region. Or I will draw the cow for now. And maybe I will draw even another one. Yeah, I think I can draw one here, and then the other one roughly in here. Two, a couple of cows, and then um, I think I want to leave this front part a little bit clean. I don't want to add too many details. But so you have like a nice area, white area where you can sign, and yeah, I think I will leave as it is now and do the frame. And actually, you can break this frame here a bit. The tail of the cow could be outside of the frame. Could be interesting. So this is my frame, and then let's draw the mountain. So this is a horizon line, and I want to draw mountain here. I'm using some dash line. And then I want to put the title here. So let's grab some paper How are you guys doing? Uh, did you manage to get the shadow all right? And the composition, do you have any any question or comments? If you have any, you can write it now. I will read at the end of this live session. Let me know if you like this one or you have any other ways that you want to draw. And so let's go for the title. So this is a Qinghai. So Qinghai Tibet Railway. I will write Qinghai and Tibet all in one row. So buried zone. No, no falcon today. Or maybe yes. Maybe. Let's see. What specific falcon species do you want me to draw? Railway. And today is today is what day is today? So sketch number 11, day 11, and today is the 5 April. Yeah. So no, 5/04/22. Yeah, this is the way I usually draw. Qinghai. Tibet. And then railway. Zero 4/22. Let's put some horizontal line to the text. And I normally draw them all in once because this will make the characters aligning to each other. And here, let's close the composition, the frame. Let's put some details on the text. Nope. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about the Montblanc this pen is that when you reverse using the back of the nib, the ink is still flowing consistently. With some other fountain pen, it gets quite scratchy when you reverse the nib. Um, but yeah, there are many brands of fountain pen that you can try. I'm not saying that this is the only pen that does this, but I like how so far it performs when I flip the nib. Okay, I think I've done this one. Sooty Falcon. Yeah, again, one day I will do that. One day I will do Sooty Falcon or the some other Osprey. That's the one. No, there is no Osprey in Tibet. That I'm pretty sure. But Falcon, yes, I think. I think. Uh, yeah. So now I want to draw some shadow on the ground. So basically, the bridge is very bright. Oh, and I want to highlight this brightness by drawing some shading around it. So you can really highlight this like concrete white grayish reflection of the light. So it's good to highlight that. So I will maybe draw some shadows to the cow. Vertical shadows. I think that's enough. And also this one. Yeah, we'll leave some reflection on the top. I think that's all right. And then yeah, I think I'm quite happy. And I want to get some details on the ground here. I can draw some um, details on the grass. So if you draw an outline, the outline of the grass on the foreground plane, it will suggest the material of the hill in the foreground. And then also I want to put some details like some rocks, pebbles in here to make it more three-dimensional, not too flat. And here on the column, you can blend it a little bit with the texture of the ground. And then let's put signature. Oh, I realize on Instagram you can't see what I'm doing on the left part of the drawing. Let me just tweak this. Sorry about it, guys. And yeah, that's the downside of drawing portrait because yeah, Instagram's life is in portrait. So it's a downside drawing in landscape, sorry. Because it's really hard to fit in a live stream on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube, guys. You have everything there. Don't be shy. Okay. Now let's draw some shadow and hatch in here. So the ground here is very dry and there is no much vegetation in here. So I would draw a series of horizontal line first and then go over with some hatch. But I want to keep these the shape of the two animals in front, in the foreground, um, clear. So I don't want to go too close with the shading. Otherwise, they will be blended in the same plane of here in the midground. I want to keep them separate, so I will leave a little bit of gap. I forgot the cow in here. Oh, let me draw you. Let me draw you. Don't feel sad. You'll be in. Yep. You are in now. You are not sad cow anymore. There we go. Yep. This is a happy cow. Let's draw some. So there is a very strong shadow on the other side of the bridge is the shadow cast by the bridge itself. So I really want to catch this. And it does something like that. And this shadow is quite key because that will highlight the the column even more. So the column is here. So this is the shadow, and this is the other shadow, and so on. And if you draw the shadow here, you can see here you will highlight the gap between the columns. So the space between the columns won't feel empty. It's defined by the ground, the shadow cast on the ground. Yeah. Make sure you define this edge very well. And then sometime, maybe in here, I can even define the edge of the ground, the hill in front a bit as well, like in here. So you can read this hill in front. I think it's quite interesting. Oh, and then let's draw some cow. They will be just dark elements. They are lost in this wild land. There is a little village in here, always underneath the mountain. So I think they are belonging to the farmer there. Yeah, I think that's fine. So it's key to highlight these shadows as well, because the more um, shadow you do, more highlighted these columns will be. So I really want to catch all of them. Remember to draw only between the columns. The more you draw, the better. And then let's go over with the same shadow hatch. Uh, I wonder if during this trip in the Qinghai Tibet railway, you can actually stop somewhere and then just go out for a break or something. That would be nice to sketch outside here. Yeah, that would be great. That would be a great time for me if I can do that. But I need just to make sure to come back in time before the train leaves. Otherwise, you need to wait the other train coming, and probably you will die in the meanwhile the in this absolutely wild environment. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's all right. I can add some texture of grass. That's always helpful to fill the space up, and then to give more definition to the column. Here there's a break as well, so let's highlight it. And here as well. Yeah, there's a white column here. I want to add some texture on the right hand side of the column to give the maximum contrast between the shadow and the column. And I want to add bit of definition underneath this column as well. You can do by extending some of these lines out. Because what I want to highlight is the shape. Oh, the shape in here at the bottom of the columns, because it's quite key to highlight this part correctly and to express the contrast between the bright concrete and the red ground. Okay, I think it's fine. And here we'll add some more details on the horizon line, maybe some bubbles. And then that's pretty much done on the ground. Oh, except of these shapes here. The column casts shadows as well. Yeah, good, good. Um, and yeah, actually, I think it's enough even now without doing the hatch, but I will do maybe some in here. It's always good to have some vertical hatches to give a bit of texture. Okay, and now let's go to the mountain. Almost there, guys. Almost there. So what we have here, um, it's a yeah, it's relatively a low chain of mountains in here because we are already high. So the Himalaya is not like 8,000 meters. That you can see 8,000 meters because you're already 5,000 meters. So anything above, you will feel like 2,000 meters instead of 8,000 meters. So you when I imagine like the Himalayan chain, I was imagining like absolutely science fictional type of mountain, like super tall, covered with clouds. But in reality, it's like a normal Alps mountains when you're already there at a high level. So, um, I'm gonna catch some of the detail here, but not too much. It's quite the top of these mountains are quite smooth. They are almost like has a rounded shape instead of a pointy shape. At least the one in the closer to us, and then the one beyond, they're quite pointy at the top. So yeah, sooty falcon. Yeah, let's do some birds. Yeah, just generic birds for now for this time. And I will put in here maybe. Oh no, the moon. I forgot the moon. I'm talking too much, not focusing on the drawing. Bad, really bad. Huh. The moon is in here. So if you have a moon, you really want to draw the sky as well. So I will leave everything else like this because I think it's enough. I don't want to give too much detail apart maybe on this side because this side is has this texture of like slopes from the top of the mountain. I want to catch it. Maybe some detail here is fine. And then, yeah, maybe it's all right. I think with the moon, it's already quite busy from in the sky. I will do the birds and falcons in the next sketch. When I draw the skies with this vertical hatch, I add always some degrees of freedom in the lines and don't I don't normally do full solid lines because otherwise it would be way too heavy. But this is a good trick to highlight the shape of the mountains as well. Yep, I think that's good enough. Mm, what I can add is some details in the mountain in here. I really like the contrast in these mountains. They some of the rock are some parts are really dark, but yeah, I don't want to exaggerate too much. So in here, the bottom of this house in the village is dark. So I want to highlight this. Yep, and I think I want to add some darkness here. Like I want to add some repetition, more repetition this column. This will give the more will put more emphasis to the repetition of of these columns in the bridge. Okay, I think I'm quite happy. Let me add more shadow in the cow. I want to have these two happy cows all full dark. To have a nice balance with the train, which is quite dark. Okay, and I want to put some shading underneath. Okay, I think I've done. I want to add some shadow underneath the train so you can highlight the shape of the bridge. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy. What do you guys think about my drawings here? Yeah, there are rooms to improve maybe in the shadow, how I did the carriage here. Probably I could go slightly lighter and add more lines to highlight some of the details, like the plate here. And then I made a mistake in here. I colored this part too dark, but I think at the end you almost don't notice it. So it's fine. I will leave it there. Yeah, sometimes the thing is about mistakes is not all the mistakes are equally um, equally the same. Some mistakes are worse, and some are still. It's okay to have them. Like in this case, it doesn't disturb too much. So in this case, I will leave it. If you made a serious mistake, like you draw a line where it shouldn't be, I sometimes use a blade and just scratch on top. Um, for example, if I want to delete this, I will just scratch it. Maybe, yeah, maybe there is some time. In here, I want to show you just you guys how I do it. Hold on a second. Uh, I've got a scalpel, a blade here, but you can use razors as well, the one you use to shave. Um, for example, in this case, I draw a lot of lines around the moon. But if you have this shading, this shading for the sky, you don't even need to have this dotted line. I can keep it, but for the sake of showing you how I remove ink from my paper, always remember, do this safely. If you are not, you haven't done this before, be careful and always have not more than like three um, pieces of the blade outside. If you do too long, it will snap, not good, and you can injure yourself. I normally take this out like that. It would be nice if you have a like a razor blade, the one from Gillette you can find in the supermarket. I don't have that because I have a electric shaver. I don't have that unfortunately, but I use this. And the thing about scratching is, first of all, you need to have a relatively thick paper. So I'm using a 200 GMS, and this one is good. When you scratch, it doesn't take out too much paper, and because otherwise, if you do on a thinner paper, you will create a hole. Basically, you will run into a risk to damaging your paper permanently. So yeah, so keep that in mind. If you want to remove like smaller portion, I will go always with smaller portion. You just scratch a little bit on the surface. Don't push too much. Don't put too much force in it, but just scratch it up and down, up and down. You barely press on the blade and do a couple of times. And then it's gone. Of course, you will leave a mark. It's all depending how you are scratching. If you scratch too hard, you will leave a hole, and it will be more visible. Yep, like this. I will do the whole moon. I want to remove these dots, so I will just do it in here as well. And also, the quality of the paper is important as well. If you have a smooth paper, smooth surface, the ink won't filter too much into the paper because the paper is not that absorbent. In that case, it's easier to remove ink. But if you use like a rough paper, like paper for watercolor or other medium, um, the paper will absorb too much ink, and you will need to remove more paper, in order to remove the ink that you want. So yeah, smooth paper. With smooth paper, it's easier to do this job. Yep, roughly like that. So, and I want to add some detail in here. Yeah, I think that's fine. You can still read the moon, but it's more subtle. And if you increase the number of lines in between, this will become even more pronounced. So sometimes you don't need the line, you just need some contrast to highlight an object. Yeah, guys, let me know what do you think. I will run through some comments of yours if you have any. Um, and let's start with YouTube. Thank you very much, Ed. Great drawing. Thank you very much, Ed. Um, Beryl Jung, have you? I really hope you will update your drawing as well soon. I'm looking forward to see yours, and all of you as well. Carrie Perkins, hi, just arrived as had 9 hours of lecture today. Oh my God, that sounds intense. Today, back to back, we'll be doing this on you next day off. Yeah, take your time, Carrie. And are you Carrieroff, the one who submitted this location? If you are, thanks very much for this one. I hope you like the drawing. And yeah, let me know if that is you. Carrie Burks, it is uploaded. Yes, you are. Good, good. Have you been in Tibet, Carrie? It is uploaded so you can be watched later, I'm presuming. Yeah, this will be uploaded. So don't worry, you can watch this at any time you want. All the videos I'm uploading, I'm doing will be saved on Instagram or on YouTube as permanent videos. So you can come back and watch them anytime. Can we have a class on animals next time? My cow somehow looks like sheep or dog. Yeah, animals are tricky. Animals are very tricky. But there are some tips that I can give in order to make it right, like people as well. And yeah, I can definitely do more animals and run through how I do it in more details. But if you guys want to learn more about ink drawing and drawing animals and people, you can follow my online class on Class 101, where I covered a lot about these techniques and tips and tricks about how to draw these figures. So yeah, make sure to check the my website is on the link as well in on Instagram. No, like to though. Yeah, I hope you will visit this place one day. Yeah, I really love to draw this new railway in person. So yeah, let's see. Thank you very much. I think yeah, thanks guys for supporting me on YouTube. I always need you guys. So yeah, please come and watch on YouTube channel and leave comments there. Because this will be recorded in the system as well. In Instagram's live, for some reason, all the chats will go after I save and close the live session. So yeah, if you do on YouTube, everything will be recorded. That's another plus, I guess. Yeah, but thanks very much for watching. And let's go to Instagram. Let's see some questions. Great sketch from Daniel Botzga, 82. Thank you very much, Daniel. Yeah, upload yours if you have done as well, and I will put it on my Instagram page. Eco's Graphics, thank you very much. Thank you, Eco, for following this live session. It's amazing. Daniel Bosga, how you clean your Mont Blanc? Maybe I can put some information about the cleaning process. Maybe I can. Oh, do you have experience? Do you have a Mont Blanc? Do you know how to clean it? Because I normally clean it just at the surface, because this is a very expensive pen, and I don't recommend to anyone to open this and to disassemble because yeah, you will basically damage it if you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, so I normally send this to service every 6 months or a year. I normally do 6 months, and they will clean everything for you, from the piston to the reservoir to the nib and the feeder. So make sure to understand your phantom pen before disassemble. Sometimes I do cleaning with my Lami's pen. So with Lamy it's quite easy. Um, I will, yeah, I will maybe cover one day a video about this, how to clean um, fountain pen. The video is already in my online class on 101. So there I explain how I do it. But it's basically you have to pull with your finger the nib out from the head of the fountain pen. So with Lamy, I don't know about other brands, but Lamy, with Lamy you can easily do that. Just clean the nib and then pull this out with your finger. Just use the brute force. But yeah, I'm joking. Don't pull too much, but it should come out quite easily. And then put everything in the water, and then wipe them and dry them. That's very easy, and it's all depending what mechanism do you have. For example, on this one I have the cartridge system, but on another, I hope you guys can see. On other fountain pens, for example, I have this Lamy Safari. Same pen, almost the same. But this one has a piston feeder. So basically, let's remove our sketch before I damage it. If I open, yeah, this piece comes as a separate piece. You can buy it, and then to clean the reservoir and the piston, I will normally suggest just to suck water with the piston and the release. Do that few times, and you will clean the reservoir. That's how I do it. And then pull the nib out from the head, and then you will clean the nib. It's very easy. Do that every now and then. Normally, I will recommend 6 months, 3 to 6 months. Is normally, yeah, the maintenance time. Other questions? What do you recommend for sketching 146 or 149 Montblanc, and what ink? This is coming from, oh, Daniel, it's you. um, so yeah, I'm reading the comments from the bottom up, so reverse mode, because that's the only way I can do that. So please, if you have comments, it's better if you write on YouTube. That would be much, much, much more easier. But I've got two here. This is Montblanc 149, and this is 146. As you can see here, the big difference is the size. This is a huge fountain pen. This is huge. So this will not fit comfortably in my hand, but I like it because it's slightly bigger, but you can still hold it right. It's huge. I have a medium size hand. My hand is not big, and this is huge. It's a girthy fountain pen, and the nib is gorgeous. Look at the nib. I can steer this all day, but not in this video. The nib is gold, but is this one is F nib, so it's fine nib. So it's a finer nib than this is M nib. I hope I can show you. what is the different in size. Can you see? So I like the medium nib on a 146 because of the size, but I like the medium nib because of the size of the paper. I normally use this if I want to draw something very fine in a small piece of in a smaller format of page. And regarding the ink, I use normally. I will show you. I will do a longer, slightly longer video, but yeah, if you want to follow. Um, oh, I don't forget to put a like if you like the video, both on Instagram and on YouTube. That is a good support that you guys can give me if you like the videos. So a I normally use a Montblanc. It comes with different colors. I run out of Montblanc ink, so I need to buy a new one. But alternatively, you can use a Lamy ink. This is Lamy ink. And the reason I like these two ink is because, well, Montblanc is Montblanc. Expensive, but you can get, you pay the quality. It's very black and dense. And Lamy as well. They both produce very, very nice ink. Montblanc is around £17, I think, for one bottle. And Lamy is around £12. And then at the bottom of uh, so this is a Parker ink. This is around £9, I think. The Parker Quick is called Quink. Q ink is less darker than these two, and it has like a gray tint to the ink. I don't like this one, but sometimes yeah, this is cheap, so that's the reason. I really love Lamy or Montblanc. They are not waterproofing, so keep this in mind. If you are going over the ink with a water brush or something to make it to add some colors, don't use this because you will smudge. The sketch will be a mess if you do that. To do that, you have they produce a waterproofing, very good waterproofing. It's called carbon ink. Carbon ink from Japan. This has carbon molecule inside. Basically, will make this color resistant to water. So this is fully waterproof ink. This bottle costs around £24 on Amazon. So it's the double the price of the others for a reason. Yeah, that's effectively these are the ink I use. Sometimes if you are using waterproof ink, just be careful. You need to wash your fountain pen every 2 days or 4 days. You cannot keep this ink too long in the fountain pen because waterproof ink will form like a how do you say it? Like pieces of ink, consolidated ink, and you cannot wash that away if it gets too long. You will basically stain your fountain pen and damage it. So I recommend to use this ink on a fountain pen that you don't use. Like you can put that on a cheaper fountain pen. Like on this one, this fountain pen is like £14, cost less than the ink. I will put in here, and if I damage it, no problem. I just change the reservoir, and the whole pen is just 14 quid, so it's not big deal. Yep, that's essentially what ink I use. yeah, I think that's I can conclude the drawing for today. Yeah, I will read maybe the question later on, and reply you in the next session. In the next session, sorry, it's been late. I've talked for a long time, but thank you very much, guys. If you are still watching this, and I really appreciate your participation. And remember to I'm not really good in outro in my videos. I need to think about like a nice outro or something. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and remember to subscribe my YouTube channel and like my video if you like it, enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one in 2 days. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.